man that he created, who is corresponding to him, equal. He is a counterpart, or she is a counterpart, one who corresponds to him. Or in other words, it is a balance. It is complementing. Marriage is all about complementing each other. It is not a scam. Actually, for those who did CRE, that was one of my teaching subjects before I was called to this ministry. I think in this book, chapter 1, there was a book called, I think, God with Us, such a thing. One of the topics there was a topic about the covenant. Marriage was one of the covenant, or is one of the covenant. And indeed, the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 14, God himself is saying that the marriage between a wife, between a husband, or a man and a female is a covenant. Of course, a covenant comes with some principles or characters, like vows, like promises, and etc. And then, but I want us to concentrate on something. It is a God's design. So God designed for a man not to be alone. Genesis, let's go back to Genesis chapter 2. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Number one, it is a covenant. It is a God's design. Now, why should we save our marriages? Why are we seeing our marriages today as a scam? This is the devil who has initiated this because of the failures that we have accepted them gradually in our lives, in our mindset, and eventually even in the church. And so, why? Because number one, marriage, apart from any other factor like the production and so forth, if you go to, in the psychology world, number one, parties who love each other, who love each other, and they are content. They live longer as compared to those who are not in a happy marriage or the divorcees. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. And so, I'm not here to hurt anyone. So, good health, it is marriage first of all, it is for good health. When you come together, when you are together, it is for good health. Last week, I was in Seychelles Beach. And I had not gone, that was my first time to go there. Compared to other beaches that I have visited, I realized that even the animals in the sea, they live together. Now, the water had gone, and the water had not come back. Those who understand that English from those areas. Now, and we could see now, here, there are this kind of these pieces here. There is another piece from some few distance, and they live together. Why do they live together? I don't know. I cannot tell. Is it for mutual support? What could be the reason? And now, why even you as a man, you are a social being. And not only a social being, but you need a friend. And not only a friend, but you need a partner. Number one, it is for your health. Yes, it is for your health. Actually, scientists have discovered that when if you want to increase or to have a better immunity or immune system, be in a place where you are accepted, appreciated, and you can enjoy and explore your whole you. You know, your whole you. Where you can speak up or unajiongea inakutoka. That is the language that my sons used. And so, it is for also the immunity issue. We have many myths all over the world, which many psychologists have come up with. My first book to read was a man called John Gay, who have written Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. A very powerful book. But then when I came to analyze everything that he has written in my own practical world, I saw there are things that they are also missing. They are things that they are also missing. I have gone through the Adventist books. Okay, the reason maybe it is because I'm doing that course right now in Mount Kenya. So I just found myself being interested and drawn to that world of what do people say about life. So we have people who says about neuroses or personality, which is our problems that lay in the marriages. But we have seen people who have different personality, who have different neuroses, and they are living together happy. What is the reason? We shall see. Some say about the common interest that keeps you together. I have seen people who have different interests, and every time they argue, but they argue in a helpful manner. And after arguing, they come to a conclusion. I have seen people, and they are living happy even today. Someone have also said, there is also this saying that have come of late. You scratch my back, yes. Some are saying about the same. Is it really? Is it true? Is that what God intended us to do? Another says that avoiding conflict will lay in your marriage. Yes, I have seen people who avoid conflict, but their marriage is intact. I have seen people who do not avoid conflict, do not avoid conflict, and yet they keep on. They live in a conflict world, but then the way they do it is very helpful for them. And then the affair, the root cause for divorce. Yes, I have seen many people divorcing because of the affairs, but I have seen also people bonding even better after such an issue or such an incident. So what could really be problem? What could be really problem? Number one, friendship versus fighting. What is your intention? When you got into marriage, when you are planning to get into marriage, what are your intentions? What is your purpose? What is your future? What do you plan? What is the reason? I want to give you, not even the purpose of a marriage, but let me give you some weapons. And before giving you the secret weapons, let's see the warning seeds for troubled marriage. I have two marriages that this is my fourth year. One is fourth year and the other one is third year that I'm taking through healing. But I have come to analyze some few points. And one of them is harsh startup. Mostly, the harsh startup or sarcastic language is used by my own gender, ladies. We are so good in this. So good, or even if I can say we are so perfect in this. When we start with a harsh setup situation, this kills our marriages. And so at the end of it, the environment, our children, what they see, our youth, they start doubting. Is marriage a scam? Today, divorce is part and parcel of life. We are married today. After 5 years, we are divorced. And number one, what causes all this? Now, because we were not, first of all, faithful in our marriages. In our courtship, we never did it well. And I want to stand here in this church and declare, we are taking our youth in a mess, especially we who are the youth and who stands here at on these altars. Because our youths are messing up. They have taken courtship as if they are in marriage, and they cannot even learn the red flags when they come because they are so much deep in love and immorality. Let me call it by name. And then at the end, they say, come and buy, and so they get into union, and they cannot handle it. because there were many red flags, but because of coming together sexually, so you have, that is a covenant that you made, and then you broke up with that, and you went to another one, and to another one. So that water, the Bible says, drink water from your own well. So all those water you have tested, they bring imbalance in your mind. And even when you have even the right person, when you have the best of all, you cannot stand that marriage because there is a lot that is going in your mind psychologically. There are many battles that you are fighting. There are many similarities you are considering. There are many imbalances in you. And so at the end, that marriage cannot stand. And yet we still wait and watch our youth go in the same direction that we took as parents. It is time to talk to them, give them your practical example. I love one couple who stood up and gave their practical example. After taking them for therapy, within 6 months, the lady opened up. They were in one of these institutions that are surrounding here. And then the man was the elder in the church, And now this fresher comes in. And this fresher, fortunately, she joined the family. In our school institution, they have families. She joined the family of this elder. And elder said, Haniachi. And that is the end of the story. And now, they became now husband and wives at night. But during the day, he is the elder and she's a deacon. And they lived that way. So by the time the elder was doing away with his career, already the lady was pregnant. And she was in her 3rd year. And the course was taking 5 years. And now she was forced to be married now. Yes, the man has money. Actually, I think it is 6 figures. But now their marriage is in trouble. Why? This lady cannot trust him. There is no trust in this marriage. It is full of sarcasm. It is full of the 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen, when I say the 4 horsemen, one of them is criticism. And criticism, it comes with contempt. And then there is the defensive, or the defensiveness, and then stonewalling. I will explain them later. And then when I looked into this marriage, to me, I saw divorce. But as a pastor, I cannot initiate a divorce. I tried to boost and to bring this lady. Can you forgive him? Can we do the Lord's way of forgiving? But it was too hard for her. There is first of all pain that she has not completed her school, her course. And then she has no one back at home to support her. And then now this man, she suspects that she is moving with other ladies. But when you ask this man, he tells you, Pastor, now what do you want me to do? I'm an elder in the church. So should I be an elder to only men and not ladies? And then you are in a hot, and then you doubt, and then you just keep quiet. You just say, God, take control of everything. Now, the first thing, when we say harsh startup, the sarcasm, it kills marriage. It kills love. It kills trust in this marriage. The 4 horsemen, the criticism. Yes, whenever a man does something, hey, this lady is there to criticize. When a lady does something, this man is there to criticize. And then all the circle continues. Criticism is full in that marriage. Those are red flags. That is a red flag. And the criticism, for example, when instead of complaint, there is a difference between complaint, I'm complaining, and criticizing. So instead of complaining, you are criticizing, critique each other. The content, for example, I had an issue with dropping the lid, the toilet lid. And so I was so much like, why don't you drop the lid? And then, does it have any effect? To me, I felt irritated. Why don't you drop the lid? I continued requesting him and reminding him because we are the only 2 who are using that toilet. And so I kept on reminding him, will you mind? So I realized at long last, I'm not content unto what he's doing unto me. I started appreciating him one by one. Hey, and one day I found him. He has crossed the lead. Oh, I was happy. Hey, my dear, today you have made it perfectly. And so with that small thing, things started changing all around. Then there is this, those two are mostly used by ladies. Then there is what we call the defensive mechanism. Defensive mechanism, mostly men, they use it through fight or fright. Women, they use it through fold or fake. A woman can fake a smile as long as you are there for her. And she can fake it even for 5 years. Although, scientifically, they say for 24 hours. So when I'm advising the youth who are dating, those who are dating, I do tell them, seek a place where you can go for a visit, for a holiday home. You can book even my house. I'm sorry. And then just stay with that lady for at least 24 hours. Before 24 hours elapse, she will speak herself now. You shall start seeing her. And especially the morning hour. Mwamkie sayo morning hour. Before she makes the makeups, Nowadays the ladies will do makeups. By that first morning, that is when you shall realize, hey, whom did I marry? Because you are looking for your wife, she's nowhere. Because the person who is next to you is someone different. And so we find that when the defensive mechanism, when it comes in, you shall never be able to solve anything, to solve any problem, because every time you are here to defend yourself. Anything that comes on your way, that is pointed unto your way, you are there to defend yourself. These have killed even friendship. It have killed those who are in courtship. It has killed marriages. It has killed relationships. The defensive mechanism. And men, how do they use it? They will fight. Yes, men will fight one another. But when it comes to ladies, mostly they fight, or they do what we call stonewalling. Stonewalling is building a wall between the wife and you. The wife will ask you, how was your job? Fine. How are your friends? Fine. And you are busy watching the news. Or you have nowadays it is Google. You are in your phone, and everything fine. Have I not told you it is fine? And then, so by the end of it, this lady wants to speak more. By the way, ladies have more words than men. Ladies have more than 25,000 words per day. Men have 12,000 words per day. So, but this woman who have been in the house, especially those who are taking care of our kids, who are house, how do you call them? Yes. So they have a lot to tell you about their kid. I can see here we have mostly we have the young couples. This mama, she has a lot to tell you about the child. Hey, your son, today he was able to make the first step, but this man have built the wall. He doesn't want any communication. Why? Maybe he had an hectic day at the work. He has spoken, and all his 12,000 words are over. Yes, let us say the Makanga. The Makanga have been said. Western Ngapi, Nimba Indati, whatever. Western bow. By the time she arrives in the house, all the 12,000 words are over. And now this woman have 25,000 words to speak or to kutoa. And then the man here, he is tired and he cannot listen. He switched off. And after switching off, this woman is mad. How can you switch off? And to me, I want to speak. I want kuongea in itoke. But the man has built already the wall. Those are red flags of a marriage that sometimes it will seem a scam. And then you start asking, is really this marriage all a scam? Another thing, the failure of their repair attempt. Before we come to that, it is the frauding. Women, I'm sorry, women are very good in storekeeping. Women's brain, it is like a basket. It is like a basket. It stores all details. From the first day, if we can ask my sister here, what the man was dressing that first night or that first day, wakati alikwambia, I love you, I will marry you. This lady will tear it off. But if I ask this man, He can't remember. He can't remember. Mostly, he can't remember. And like, what is the problem? Even if I can ask this man what the wife was dressing on Wednesday, he will not tell me. But the wife has the record. Because the brain of a man is cubic, is created cubic. Now, they open one cubic after the other. After dealing with this cubic, they close it, now anasahau. They open another one. So if that is why, sometimes when you send this woman, this man, please, the unga is over. Remember to come with one packet. Or maybe the pamper. Let us use the pamper. The pamper is over, please come with some. But this man had opened the cubic of the car. He heard the car has a problem in engine. And maybe he saw the indicator showing that there is a problem with engine. Now, all the mind of this man is in engine. This lady cannot understand that. And now, the lady is sending this man, excuse me, yes, with a lot of respect and a very big smile. Remember to come with pampers. Then the man goes to job. He's fast. And because men deal with one problem at a time. Now, and they deal with the first priority. And a vehicle, anything to do with machine, is always or mostly the first priority for men. So this man goes to job. He has the idea about now getting out of job and going to see the mechanic, and so he can diagnose my vehicle and understand what is the problem or make up the problem or whatever. And then all the mama is waiting for is pampers back at home. My husband is coming with pampers. And now the husband comes. Yes, there is hot in. And then the lady opens and goes to check at the boot. The boot has nothing. But this man, instead of hearing pampers, what he had maybe was tissue. And so he has come with a bale of tissue. Now this woman will yell at her, "Where is pampers? I told you pampers." Can't you remember? This man, by that time you were sending him, he had crossed all other cupboard and he had opened only one cupboard, his vehicle. And that was the concern. So by the time he comes home, you are yelling to him, "Excuse me, my dear girls, my baby girls." Yelling to him will yield nothing. Understand him. He was thinking about another problem. But ladies do not understand that. And so at the end of it, there is fight. Yes, you start criticism. You start sarcasm. You start all those mannerism. Why? You know, that is where ladies get this analogy. Men do not think. Men, they think. And actually, they think 5 years ahead of what you are thinking right now. But then you cannot understand that because it has just happened. Yes, that is the truth. that is the truth. They think 5 years. That is why their pupil, if you can check out men's pupil, a man's pupil is V-shaped. He sees far. A woman's pupil is oval. She sees all round. That is why a woman can tell you where the matchbox is, everything, where it is. Just leave that house, you as a woman, go. And then in the evening, the man is asking, "Where is the matchbox?" So you are how? And it is just there in front of him. But she can't remember. He can't get it because he's V-shaped. And so when we understand this, we shall stop building the walls and defending ourselves. Now, the frauding is when now you start speaking the negativity. Remember this woman, I have said her brain is like a basket. Now she has all the negativity, all the bad times you have had since your courtship. And when she is mad, I'm sorry to use this word, when she is mad one day, ataonge ifanye nini? Imtoke. And this man will left speechless. Where did all this came from? Remember, the day I got my firstborn, even in the hospital, you never came. And you know, by that time, she has more than 25,000 words. She has been postponing. She has never spoken. That day, you're in a yote. And then this man remains, is my woman mad? She's not mad. She needs your time. You have to create time for her. You have to create time for the kids. You have to know how to balance between your job and her. She needs your attention, 90% of your attention, every day. Every day, give her 5 minutes. I had one doctor. in one of the hospital in Kirigoya. The mother-in-law, after I went for a seminar there, those sides. And then the mama-in-law came and told me, please, Pastor, pray for my daughter. She's depressed. And she gave me the number. I called the daughter after landing at my house. By that time, I was in Karatina. The daughter told me everything. You know, sometimes a depressed person, the best therapy is just giving her your shoulder and your ears, and she speaks out. Then after speaking out, I realized the problem. Where the problem is, she's just a young lady with only one kid. And I went to the doctor's office one day. He was learning the government, the hospital, and also the private. So I went there as a private member. And I paid 1,000 for consultation. I couldn't see him before paying for the consultation. I paid. And then I got in. My turn came. I got in. And then I started explaining my problem to this doctor. But since I was making up an issue, he couldn't connect. And then he stopped writing and told me, Mama, can you repeat again? Now he's not writing, but he's giving me eye-to-eye connection. Now he started listening. That is what we call keen listening. He listened to me for 5 good minutes. Then I told Doctor, you know what? I want you from today. I asked him, Doctor, how many clients do you see every day in this your clinic? He told me an average of 8 or such a kind. I told him, listen here. I want you now to program yourself. Be seeing only 7 clients every day, and the 8th client is your wife. And then she was mad. Okay. Why? Why have you said that? Now I told him, whom am I? And then he told me, okay, what have you realized about her? I told him everything. I told your wife is dying because you cannot get enough time to give her undivided attention. And so every day, treat her as the 8th patient, giving her those 8 minutes. You have given me 5 minutes. I want now to add 3 more minutes to give her your total attention. And from that marriage today, it was cured from that. And so sometimes we don't understand this. And so ladies start speaking about negativity. And when all of us, we have negativity about our partners. When the negativity starts frauding, when they started frauding, that is a red signal. That is a red flag that this marriage, it is heading on the wrong direction. And sometimes that is when you shall start asking yourself, is it a scam? No, you have everything at your hand, and there is the way you can do. When you are overwhelmed and saddened, that it leaves you shell-shocked, especially the men, and they are defenseless, and sometimes they feed hood because they are unable to defend themselves. When the lady is at the highest tone, because ladies, they defend themselves using the tone. When men, they use the fist. Ladies use the tone. When the tone is higher, and the words are flowing like a machine, this man remains defenseless. He feels like a shell, a broken shell, an empty shell, and he is shocked and overwhelmed by everything. Now, how can we repair? Before we go to repair, let's see the psychological reaction of folding. Sometimes the body language, it speaks a lot. Sometimes I don't need even to listen and to what the couples are telling me. I just need to sit down, and then when they get into that door, and the way they sit, the way, there's sometimes we just leave them to get in instead of showing or introducing them to seats. Just let them take their own positions. Just by taking the position and the way they have sat, it will tell you more about them. Why? Because the body language is speaking. It is speaking faster, and it is speaking more. And during this harsh and hard moment, the heartbeat, it always goes up. I want you to, one day, when you are mad with one another, and listen just to your heartbeat. It lands faster, especially for a lady. But a lady is better because she cools faster than a man. A man can remain hanging even for 2 days. But the moment she closes that cupboard, that is the end of it. But the lady will cool down faster, but then the memory remains in the head. And every time that she is mad, she reminds you about the same problem that you solved. And that is what makes men mad in our marriages. Now, when all this is happening, you must know how to apply the brakes. Now, these brakes, we call the failure of, we call the repair attempt. This brake, number one, it takes only one to snip off. And when you snip off, it just cools. Or sometimes it just takes one to step aside or to stop this argument, and then everything cools down, and it is okay. And that is how it goes. Now, when you start this, the repair attempt have what we call love map. Love map is when now you decide, my purpose is to have a death mate, not a partner, not a bed mate, but a death mate. That person who will stand with you till death. And now this love map, it will deepen your relationship. Number one, men, my dear ones, create time even taking that lady, not even far. Just take her up Arboretum. This is Arboretum, this side. Just take her at Arboretum. Just sit there. Just have enough time. Ladies, sometimes our men are very honest. They are very kind. They want to take us to that big hotels, 5 stars, and so forth. But then sometimes we are very calculative. You know, ladies are mathematicians. I guess they should be the best mathematicians. This lady will start counting. How much shall we spend? This is too much. This was enough to buy a cow for my mother. Why don't you send all that money to my mother? Excuse me, my dear sisters. There is time when your relationship is more variable. What you eat, the remaining is just blessings from God. Hey, have time. Go to that hotel. Go to that area. Go to that. Even if he will pay for Paris. Hey, enjoy. Just go to Paris. Yes, if the account is not enough, shughulika na yako. He will make sure that he has maintained and he has provided for the family. Don't start counting. Now we have gone hasara because of going to Paris. Excuse me. Don't count all that. If she has promised you, she's taking you to Paris. Enjoy. Prepare yourself. Now goje. Akikuja sawa. Asipokuja, just imagine you have gone to Paris and you are back in Kenya. And so, love map. It is the best way to maintain your marriage and to maintain your relationship. And then you shall start enjoying now the God's design of a marriage. Another thing is nurture your fondness and admiration. How many men do admire their wives? Even their hairstyle, just their hairstyle. Hey, you look good. Hey, you look gorgeous. You know, I pity you men who are seated before me. Because from the look of things, your ladies are in working class. And so in that office, in that working place, do you know how many people admired her? Do you know how many males told her, hey, you look so gorgeous today. Hey, your hairstyle, how much is it? And yet by that time, you have not no word of even knowing where your back door is. And one man was asked, what color is your kitchen? He had no answer. It was off the head. So what does that mean? Nurture your fondness and admiration. Those simple things, they are the ones that make ant hills. And they are the ones that make the hills. And at the end of it, they make the mountain. Admiration. Admire your man. Even if you have nothing to admire about him, so admire the bass. After all, it is not soprano. He's a bass man. Just admire that. Hey, tell him, oh, I admire your bass. Even if you cannot admire the bass, admire his tie. You know, the way he just do the tie. You just look for something that you can admire. The way he does the bow tie. You know, the way he walks. Sometimes, I love when I'm telling my husband, you know, in our mother tongue, we say, sometimes I tell him, you know, there's the way he swings the shoulders. And I really love it. And when I'm happy, I always see that positive side of it. So, the antidote to contempt, remember the positive qualities. Yes, instead of contempt, instead of unfulfilled desires and so forth, remember that positive thing that she did to you. That positive thing that he thought about you. That positive thing that once he extended to you. Just remember them. Just remember them in your mind. Many problems do not come from what you see, but they come from what you think. Start thinking positively about your partner. Yes, even if she looks the way she looks, maybe she had a fireburn or such a thing. Be positive and then admire everything that she has. Fondness, admiration can be fragile unless you remain aware of how crucial they are to the friendship. And then turn towards each other. Turn towards each other. And facing the frame. That they burn the positivity in you. Yes, try imagining. He is a failure. Yes, she is a failure. Yes, but turn toward each other instead of away. When you have the bank account, love is like Van Patel says in Effective Marriage. She says that love is like or friendship, love is like having a bank account. The more you deposit that bank account, the more you have, the more you are full and you are content about what your bank account has. But sometimes we draw it to zero, especially men. A man can do something big, buying like a car for her, but to her, that is only one bugger point. But when you do these little things, like buying a chocolate for her and flower, today is Valentine, I don't know how many have bought flowers yesterday, just those simple things, they earn the same bugger point of like the same you could have earned after buying a car. Ladies don't value those big things. No, they value those little things, emptying the garbage, such things, washing her car, those little things, even sometimes making her nails. You know, it doesn't need you to go and in class to know how to make her nails. Even Shosho and Guka, they used to do that. And so those bank accounts, they are very essential when this lady feels empty, when this man feels empty, she revisit or he do revisit the bank account, turning towards your spouse. And these little things, they build a lot. Now, let your partner influence you. Yes, men, this culture of saying that you cannot listen to a woman, how I wish in Christianity and in this church can end. Influence one another. She is able in one way, you are able in another way, or you are gifted in one way. Listen to her. Kikuyu men, they said, sometimes just give her your ears. Don't, listen here, I want you to get it. Don't act immediately after she has shared her ideas, but give it time, but listen to her. Just listen to her. It makes her feel proud and wanted in that marriage. But when we don't let our partners to influence us, especially men, the four horses comes back, bouncing and frying with all these things. And even sometimes we go the religious way. You know, men are the head of the family. I have not said men are not the head of the families, but the submission is for the two, remember. And go back to visit the meaning of helpmate. When husband accepts his wife's influences, his open attitude also heightens the positive of their relationship and learn from his wife and the vice versa. And by this, you are good. And last but not least, solve the solvable. There are things that you cannot solve. They are scars that you underwent when you are still a young child. Maybe you are left by your dad, by your brother, by your uncle. But those things, sometimes they pop out. Men, understand your wife. When such things pop out, or everything, the weather changes. Yes, by the time you are leaving the house, it was almost raining, but it was sunshine actually. There was a lot of sunshine, but by the time you are coming, hey, it is raining heavy. This woman has changed, moodless. She doesn't even want to face you. Even opening the door is an issue. What is the problem? Maybe there are some unresolved issues that have popped out in from her life, from her back. Remember I told you they have their store. And now when they pop out, what do? Solve the solvable. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, church. Solve the solvable. That what you cannot solve. You cannot go to beat your uncle, your father-in-law. Why did you do this to my wife? No. Hey, your husband had gone through a circumstance, or the environment that he grew in was a harsh environment. And so he has been grown up in a harsh environment. You cannot you cannot resolve those issues. The way he speaks, the way he responds, it is related to where he comes from his background. Can you solve those issues? No, but very solvable. May God bless you. As you understand Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25, it says, no corruption or corrupt communication should come out of your tongue. All our words should be stirred, should have the taste of the salt, should have the taste of the salt. And also, the same with Colossians chapter 4, verse 6. And Proverbs 15, verse 1, it says, a soft answer, it turns away the land. When all these are happening, be the Christian. Be the side of being a Christian. Don't start and be the opposite. Be the Christian you as an individual. And when you be a Christian, number 2, you have the best defense mechanism. Which says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind. Yes, when you are a Christian, when it comes to defensive or to defend yourself, Philippians chapter 2 verse 3 will lead you. Romans chapter 13 verse 10, be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Let the selfishness not dominate you. Let your selfishness not drive you. But in everything, let there be love. Be devoted one to another in love. Hey, Romans chapter 13 verse 8. It says, no man anything but to love one another. And when you love one another, this is God himself. For God himself, according to 1 John, God himself is love. And remember, the fruit of the Holy Spirit is what? Love. And what does love bear? It has the patience, it has the humility, it has the self-sacrifice, and all that. When you become a Christian, your marriage will be reflected through this. It needs only one person to sniff any other red flag. It needs only one person to act as a fool, not as a fool today. I want you to act as a Christian in your marriage, and your marriage will not be a scam. The fruit of the Holy Spirit. Last, forgive one another. Yes, there is something my elder said here about hope. Hope and fighting fears. These are true things that Adventists, we should embrace and learn more about living a hopeful life and a fearless life. Yes, when you have hope that your marriage is going up to death separates you, you shall keep the positive attitude, you shall keep the positive level, and you shall be forgiving. Forgive one another. The Bible have repeated those words, forgive one another, all the way, and it has repeated more than 500 times. Forgive one another. Even Jesus, when he was teaching the disciples the Lord's Prayer, he said, forgive us our sins as we forgive those who trespass against us. Yes, forgive one another. No forgiving, no heaven. Yes, he did very wrong to you. He planned a very nasty thing to you. He mistreated you. He did all this and that to you. Let me tell you, no forgiving, no heaven. Jesus on the cross, the last word that he uttered, Father, forgive them. Stephen, the last things that he uttered, the last word that he uttered, Father, forgive them. So in our relationship, let's not have any mentality as marriage is a scam. Let us know it is a covenant until death do us apart. God bless you.